Okay, hey you guys, what's going on? Today's video, Amanda and I wanted to put ourselves out front with you guys today. We want to talk about how to overcome challenges and hurdles so that you can discover truly your authentic, the best version of yourself. And so we want to address some of the most common hurdles and challenges. Whenever you're embarking on a journey to improve yourself and to better yourself, that's a project. And whenever you embark on a project like that, a journey like that, you're gonna come across some challenges and hurdles. Mm-hmm. And so we wanted to give you some tips, pointers to just overcome that, because when you do, you really discover how strong and how great you are. Mm-hmm. And one of our family members, we call them family members, last night came to a group training, and what'd she say to you?
Yeah, she came to class last night, and at the end of the class, she walked up to me and she's like, Amanda, I just want you to know that I wasn't going to come tonight. And I was like, okay. She was scheduled to come. She's on our 4-month program, and I said, well, why? And she said, all day long, I was just dreading today. I was just dreading class. Every time I had a thought I could think about anything, I was like, oh, I have to go work out tonight. She was a little sore from the last class. But she said that she got home after work, and she's like, you know what? I have to go. Like, I don't have a choice. I have to go. So she got in her car and she drove over, and she said it was the best thing she could have done. Yeah.
It's a huge win. Mm-hmm. When you do what you know you should do and have to do, instead of what you might be feeling like doing at that time. See, there's a disease out there. I call it a disease because it really is a disease. We call it SSS. We call it subconscious self-sabotage. Many people are afflicted with this disease. And really one of the signs of this disease is, to know if you have it, is when you find yourself doing more frequently what you feel like doing and want to do, instead of what you know you should do and have to do. So if it looks like this, you've got the disease called SSS. Now, you can cure it. The great news is you can cure it. And when you cure it is when you start to realize the abundance that life has for you. But the way you cure it and make it go like this is you start to do more of that which you know you should do and have to do, and you deny those feelings. Because you're not the only one who feels like, on a rainy, cold day, you rather, feel like staying home, staying in that warm couch, watching Netflix. You're not the only one who feels like that. Everyone feels that way, but not everyone denies it and says, you know what? But I have to do this. I should do this. And those who do that, they reap the rewards. And the thing is, the more you make those choices, the hard choices, because it's really the hard choices that lead to greatest rewards. The easy choices don't. But the more you do it, the easier it gets, because your character, every time you make that hard decision, your character is like you're adding another chink into the armor of your character. Mm-hmm. And so we want to give you some pointers on, and hopefully just knowing this will help you make some of those harder decisions. Now, one of the challenges you're going to confront is you're going to get tempted. You're going to get cravings to eat those bad foods that you're trying to stay away from. You're going to get those cravings to do that. And now our program obviously helps to cut those cravings where you feel it less and less. But when you're starting out on a program like this, you're definitely going to get those cravings. So what do? Well, some of you are going to stumble. Right? We all do. The thing is, we all do, though. No matter what journey or project you're embarking on, we're gonna fail.
You're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah. But what's really important to remember is this true principle, which is you can lose a battle, but still win the war. Mm-hmm. You're gonna stumble. You're gonna make mistakes, like Amanda said. But don't quit. Right? I mean, don't get so caught up with that failure that you start to believe you're a failure, because you're not. You're a magnificent being. You are designed and created magnificently, and you have greatness in you. So, but we're not perfect human beings, and we're gonna occasionally stumble and fall.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times the clients come in and they're like, oh, I accidentally I ate this piece of cake, and I don't know if I can do this anymore. You're gonna make mistakes, and you're not gonna make one, you're gonna make a ton of them. That's just part of it. But what are you supposed to do if you fall? You get back up. That's the only way you're gonna get stronger and get there.
And keep moving forward. And like I said before, that when you have cravings, it's really your microbiome, it's really the bad bacteria being high, bad bacterial levels being high, and it actually can overcome your brain. It can become like your second brain and influence you more than your brain itself. So it's like I said, it's nearly impossible to resist those cravings when your bad bacterial levels are high. So it's really not your fault, but you can elevate your real brain and say, you know what, I'm going to deny that craving, but it's going to be very difficult. So if you do cheat, fail, stumble, whatever you want to call it, you can still win the war. Just don't quit, don't give up. Real quick analogy, the guy who started Starbucks, Schultz, he stumbled and failed. I think I remember seeing his story. I might be wrong, but don't quote me on it. But I believe he said he's failed like over 50 times trying to start Starbucks. And if he would have quit when he stumbled and failed or made mistakes, we wouldn't have Starbucks today. And I don't know if you like Starbucks or not. And you guys can't drink coffee yet? They can't drink coffee?
No, they can drink coffee, just none of that sugary stuff.
Oh, no sugary stuff. But, if he would have quit, then he would not have realized the tremendous reward of creating something that brings people together where people can hang out and, have coffee and talk or work on their computers and things. And so we wouldn't have realized that great reward of it. So don't quit. You can lose a battle, but still win the war. Okay, we're back. The last camera actually, battery ran out, so we're on a new camera. So if it looks a little different, that's why. What topic?
Time.
Yeah, that's going to be another common challenge or obstacle you're going to confront. Is when you're doing something new like this, a project or journey, some people will add it to what they're already doing, which their plate's already so full anyways. If you got bills to pay, you've got cooking to do, you've got cleaning to do, you've got errands to run, you've got work to do, you got kids to take care of.
You got a husband to take care of. No.
Yeah, and and like me, sometimes you have parents to take care of. So you're just so busy, and trying to add something like this to better yourself is just nearly impossible, right? So. But I'm proud of you for doing that, because when you're the best version of yourself, you become better to everyone else around you. I mean, that's probably the greatest gift that you can give somebody, is to just become the best version of yourself. So I'm proud of you for that. But how do we confront that and overcome that challenge of not having enough time? Because sometimes you just get so caught up that by the time 6 o'clock rolls around, you're like, oh, I have an exercise session today. You just feel like you don't have the time for it, and that can really impede and interfere with your growth and your improvement. So how do you overcome that? And you can throw in what you do if you'd like, but one of the things that I do that might help you, because people are, not boasting, but people are always saying, Jimmy, how do you do it all? How do you accomplish so much? You have just as much, the same number of hours in the day that I do, and you have so many responsibilities, but how do you do it all? And I think one of the things that I do is, for me, at any given moment, you could be spending your time, and the thing about time is, when you spend it, you don't get it back ever. That's and think about this for a second. Like, there's so many things we think is important in our life, like money, relationships, and things like that. But when you spend money, it always comes back. It's disposable. It comes and it goes. Even your energy level, you can drink some electrolytes, and your energy level will go up, and it'll go down. But it always goes back up and down. You get a good night's rest, and it goes back up. It's comes and goes. But the one thing that never comes back is time. And I think just recognizing the importance of your time helps you to spend it differently.
Yeah.
You actually will say, you know what, I'm not gonna waste my time anymore. And so recognizing that. But one of the things I do that I think might help you is at any given moment, I think, okay, this thing that I'm working on right now or I'm doing, is it temporary? Like, is it only gonna benefit me in the moment? Is it gonna benefit me next week as well? Is it gonna carry into next week? But I take it another step farther, and that is this gonna benefit me a year from now? And if it's not gonna benefit me a year from now, I stop what I'm doing and I refocus my time on that which is going to benefit me a year from now. I do this a lot, you guys. And of course, there's sometimes things you got to do that's temporary right now, like pay a bill. It's like, okay, I got to do that. Occasionally you can do that, but like, how much of your time is being spent on only temporary things? Ask yourself that.
I love that, actually. I need to do
more
of that. I need to do more of that.
That's cool. I like it when she loves something I say. So, get into the habit of asking yourself, this that I'm spending time on, like doing the dishes, of course you got to do the dishes, right? But maybe you could ask your kids to do it, or maybe you could ask your, wife or husband to do it, Maybe you could delegate it to somebody else. So that you can create time. See, success needs space and time space. And if you don't create that time space for success, then you're never going to achieve it. And sometimes you got to eliminate and throw away or move out things that take up your time and create that space you need for not just definitely the bad things, definitely throw those out. The fair things, throw those out. But I also want you to throw out the good things. So that way you can make space for the great things. And that may be why you're not having great things in your life right now, is because there's no space for it. And so creating that space is the first step to just receiving abundance in your life. So I hope that helps. These are just some common challenges and hurdles you might be confronting or will confront. So I hope some of these tips will help. Any last things you want to say?
I just want to say one thing, going back to what that one of our family members said the other day yesterday after class. And she said she came anyway. There's one tip. If you're getting into working out and trying to get into a routine, one thing that's changed my life and made me healthier is when I start to have those thoughts, I put my shoes on and I just go out the door, because I noticed if I sat down on the couch, it was over.
Like, don't even give yourself a chance to
don't relax. Don't go home and relax for a little bit and say, I'm going to go to the class after I relax. You're not going to get up or you're not going to go. Go home, put your shoes on, and go out the door. If you still have an hour to burn, do something you need to do outside. Get an errand done. Go sit in your car and read. Don't go inside and sit on the couch.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that kind of sparked one of my thoughts that I tell a lot of my professional athletes and clients that I've worked with in the past is, you know what? Buy a set of workout clothes. Keep a pair of tennis shoes. Just have a set ready in your car all the time. Excuse for you to go do a little shopping for yourself. But just keep a set in your car all the time, because don't even go home. There's no need for you to go home, because when you get home is usually when you start to feel like, you don't want to leave. And just go do other things that, like I said, would benefit you a year from now instead of going home. And that way when you're done, you go straight to your exercise session. You make it to a group training, which is, so important for turbocharging your results. So just keep a set in your car and get into the habit of that, because it's these habits that when you are able to acquire these new habits, that's when the abundance of life start to rain upon you, and you can start to see greatness in your life. So hopefully this helps you guys. Thanks, Amanda.
Thanks, Jimmy. It's so nice to see him, huh?
And thank you guys for sticking to it and for being a part of our family. Bye.